Hi, and welcome to an Anacs unboxing. I know it's been a long time since I've made a new video. I haven't had much going on, and companies are so backed up that I just haven't been inspired to send anything out. But I do have a bunch of submissions out, and this is the first one that's come back. So we have 20 coins that just came back from Anacs. Now, before we even start, lots of them are large cents, some silver dollars, and then a mixture of a few other kinds. Some of them, quite a few of them, have problems, and we knew going into it that they had problems. We just wanted to get them certified. It's me and one other person at a coin shop I work at that went in and sent these out. So without any further explanation, let's go into it and see what we got. Some of them are came out pretty good. We used Anacs because we knew a lot of them had problems. There was a couple of surprises, but for the most part, stuff came back either better or what we kind of expected. So first one we'll get into is a 1794, a large cent. Now, I will say this one large cent was one that surprised us a little bit. We didn't really see a scratch or any significant scratch. It's a well-worn 1794 large cent, and we really thought that this might become corroded, but we thought it had a good chance of being one of our 1794s to straight grade. You'll see other 1794s as we go. But yeah, this one was a slight disappointment with the scratch, but we expected an AG on it. The next one we have is a 1798 Corroded and Scratched. The corroded doesn't surprise us. You always hope that they overlook certain things, and overall this is a decent looking 1798. But again, they're really being picky on a scratch. I haven't examined it. This is the first time we've pulled them out, but sending it in, we weren't expecting a scratch on this one. So yeah, a couple of surprises on that, but you hoped that this was going to come back without the corrosion, but it did get the corrosion, and the scratch was surprising. So there's that. Next we have in 1802. Now this came back, no corrosion, no scratches, fine 15. So really nice straight graded 1802. Very happy with that. If you look at that compared to the 1798, yeah, you can understand why you take the chance on hoping no corrosion, because it's not horrendous. And these early coppers, you need to give a little bit of forgiveness, because all these bust coppers have problems if you want to really look hard enough. But this was a nice one. So fine 15 was a nice result on that. I'm happy with that. Next we had an 1803. This one, again, you hope that they overlook corrosion, but you can see a little bit more. So that wasn't too much, but again, them and their damn scratches. This glare is horrible, I know, but they have a hard time. The Anacs is not forgiving at all, apparently, on as PCGS or NGC are with early dates and their scratches, because I'm not seeing anything that is really apparent that you'd call it a scratch on. So anyway, it's an 1803, small date, small fraction, VG10 details. Here's what it is. Next, we got a nice grade on this 1902 Indian Scent MS63 Brown. Confuses me a little bit. I'm not quite sure why. You understand that maybe how they don't want to give it a red brown, but how do you call that a brown? I mean, how's that? I mean, I get that it's, you don't want to call it a full red, maybe, but not call it a red brown. I don't know. The MS63 is a nice grade on it, but calling it brown is just, I don't know, that's mind baffling. Just look at that thing. Does that look brown? I don't know. I'm telling you, Anacs is tough. Anybody that thinks Anacs isn't tough is tough. 09 Vdb Ms64 Red. We were really aiming for a 5 on this. You saw it up close. It's an absolutely gorgeous 09. Normally we wouldn't send in a 09 Vdb, but we did, and got the full red designation, like the Indian scent. But only a 64. Didn't get over the hump. 1929 5-cent. We thought this buffalo nickel was absolutely gorgeous, and so we threw it in the mix. The only nickel in here. And yeah, again, we were really hoping for a 5 or better, and got a 64, but can't really complain. That's still a gorgeous buffalo nickel on an early date. Next, we got a 1880 O Micro O in AU55. Problem free. About what we expected. 1887 O. We threw this one in because of the cameo, and we knew it wouldn't be a high grade, but mint state, and we were hoping for a cameo, which we got. So, a lot of chatter, but still nice to have a cameo proof like certified. So, this is a pricey little coin. Came back with a nice grade. EF40, $1893. Very happy with this. Toning didn't really concern us. We thought it would be in the extra fine range. So yeah, about what we expected on that. 1794, head of 1794. This one, there's no arguing the corrosion. Really happy that it got a VF25. Can't complain about that. Very high grade even with the corrosion on it. It's clearly unlike these other ones that claim corrosion, like wear and wear. But you pull out this one and there's no doubt about, the wear. So definitely corrosion, but a VF25 is a fantastic result. I'm very happy. This 1798, again, we were hoping for no corrosion on this one. It's pretty clean, but when you look at it really good, you're just kind of hoping, but it's there. So fine 15, decent grade on that, but too bad it got the corroded. Unlike the 1794, it's not ridiculously obvious. So this next one, this one didn't surprise me at all. In hand, it had seemed like the coin was kind of rough, felt rough. Looked really nice, but felt strange. I'm surprised it only got AG3 details, probably because it's acid treated, or so they say it's acid treated, because it has way better details than an AG3, but apparently that strange feeling, almost rough feeling on the coin was an acid treatment. But again, you're not going to find an AG coin with better details. It's got hairlines, not hairlines, but the hair shows lines in it, and beautiful AG. Too bad it's acid treated. Now, I knew this one had problems, but we sent it in to specifically find out what VAM it was. We paid the extra money because it had all kinds of weird things going on with it. The cleaning is this eraser mark right in here, and there was no getting around that. It became quite obvious, but it was an uncirculated 1798 7/8 tail feathers strong, but had a bunch of other stuff going on. So we paid the extra money, and it came back a VAM 39A, which is on the hit list 40. Unfortunately, just MS60 was cleaned, retoned. Nothing really wrong with the reverse, just that eraser spot really hurt it. But again, we knew it had problems going in, so not a surprise. This 1900S, we got an MS61 on it. There's not a lot of hits on it. I'm surprised it only got a 61. Look at it, and but I can't complain. It's a pretty rare in uncirculated, so this is quite a valuable dollar. So that was a pleasant surprise that we were thinking it might get AU, and it got over the hump and got an MS61, so can't complain. This next one, obviously, we knew had tons of problems. This thing's really messed up, but we just wanted to get it in a holder and have it certified. It's a Fujio, and it's still a pretty cool coin. It's still desirable, even in this condition. It's sellable, and probably under a $200 coin, but still, it's pretty cool. Fujios are really cool. Heavily corroded and bent. Next, 1832, half cent. This one surprised me. Corroded. They are big on corrosion. Didn't see this coming. Just kind of tossed it in there, and it looked like just a circulated decent looking half-cent. But they were on a corrosion kick, so everything got corroded. My Hawaii dime, on the other hand, every time I've ever sent these things in, they always get corroded. This one came back straight. VF25. So I'm happy to finally own a straight graded Hawaiian dime. And we're just rounding out the order, and I always like this dime, so threw it in. Last coin got encased. This we didn't see coming. Residue. I thought this was going to be an XF 1849 large cent. Just get in a holder, easy to sell. But unfortunately, residue. So this is probably going to be a crack out and an acetone bath, because I missed the residue. It must have been in a PVC holder at one time, but I missed it. And lastly is our body bag, which surprisingly wasn't a surprise. It's a doesn't have a label, but it was a 1916D dime, and we sent it in for a second opinion. BCGS had already called it a counterfeit, but believe it or not, I've had other coins that have been called counterfeits and then sent into another grading service, and that grading service has certified them, so that you know, even after calling PCS calling it a counterfeit, we looked at it under a magnification. It still looked good. You're not seeing it here, but it still looked. It's a convincing added D. So we sent it into Anacs, half expecting it to come back as a counterfeit, but worth the extra $10. This was a special for $10 per coin, so we figured it was worth the $10 just to get a second opinion. And now we have one, and we know for sure that it's counterfeit. So that's it. That's the results. Kind of a mixed bag. The Indian cent right there is my brown Indian cent, screaming out, half red to you right there. And my early coppers. But that'll do it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I have another one at Anacs. That's all silver dollars. And then 2 ancient submissions at NGC. God only knows how long those will take. A world submission at NGC, and we'll be putting together some more submissions coming up. So thanks. If you liked watching this video or any of the other videos, I'd really appreciate a like and a subscription. I'm going to try to change the channel upcoming and do some more stuff from the coin shop, and try to get more videos out a lot more frequently. But thanks for watching.